Hey guys, welcome back to Popcorn and Champagne.
This is season 6, episode 8.
Woo!
Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Popcorn and Champagne. And make sure you guys follow us on YouTube and Instagram. I can't
At
even
Popcorn_Champagne.
Yay! And also, we want to give a major shout out to our sponsor, Colonel's Popcorn, where you can get the best popcorn ever made that Colonel's has ever made. It's the Tony and Tiff mix, and you can get 10% off on that.
That's right.
Yay! So now it is time for infotainment.
Okay, so guys, we had a major move in the United States. We had the 2024 presidential election, and the results are in. And Trump wins again. So I just wanted to take this time out to just say how proud I am of Kamala and the grace that she showed during her campaign. She ran it within, 107 days or 8 days?
Yep.
It
was a flawless campaign.
It was, right?
It was flawless campaign. She did everything she needed to do.
She did.
Yep.
And I was just so proud of her. And when she said her speech, I must say, I got a little emotional.
Yeah.
It didn't hit me until she spoke yesterday. But kudos to Kamala. Again, Trump, I think the economy won. People are tired of paying the price of eggs. So we're going to see where this leads us. But I would be remiss if I did not say anything about it.
Absolutely. And she's a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. So we all were supporting her and all of that. So
yes. And she's a HBCU grad.
yes. So
anyway. Also, we lost a legend.
Oh my gosh. Quincy Jones passed away at the age of 91.
Yeah.
If you were not, everybody knows Quincy Jones is a mega producer.
That's
he
right.
was Thriller. He was Off the Wall. He was like, I'm Bad. He was Frank Sinatra.
He was everything.
He was everything.
To everybody.
He was. He was a cool cat.
And he had, 7 kids by 5 different women?
Oh, Quincy.
Oh, yeah, he was a player now.
Dang, he had that many? I did not know that.
Survived a brain tumor.
Ooh,
he
Quincy.
he lived a life.
Yeah,
for sure.
Quincy had fun.
He did. He had a good time.
He did. Rest in peace, Quincy Jones. He's a great for sure.
Yes, for sure.
Now it's time for documentary recap. Megan Thee Stallion. It premiered on Prime on October 31st on Halloween. This was a really good documentary.
It was phenomenal, guys.
If you follow Megan Thee Stallion, you know she is a mega star. And I honestly don't think I really appreciated her more until after I saw this documentary.
I agree.
You know, and one of the things for me, I will tell you, for me personally, is because she lost her mom.
Yeah.
And I think, you know, she always, all the things that she was going through with Tory Lanez and the shooting of her foot and being a mega star and trying to be, you know, having a, you know, this single with Beyonce or whatever, you know, she says I felt like she needed confirmation in a lot of things in her life. And one of the things that she said was that, you know, I don't know if I'm doing good. I just keep working. But if my mom was here, my mom would let me know what I'm doing wrong and if I'm doing a good job. And I guess me personally, I get it because having lost my mother, I felt her on so many ways because, you know, there's a lot of things I need my mom for.
Absolutely.
You know, and so sometimes when I need questions and answers, of course I have my sweet daddy, which he's wonderful. But, you know, you need your mom.
Ain't nothing like your mama.
Ain't nothing like your mom. And for me, it was very personal because I felt her in that instant.
And trying to process the loss, right? I mean, the documentary is well done to the point where they break it down in 3 chapters. So it starts out first where it all began. And I love the fact that, you know, she got the rap game from her mother.
Yeah.
And she really looked up to her mother.
Yeah.
And then
she was talking about her mom had the baddest body.
Yeah, no, her mom was thicker than a Snicker.
Like Megan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she had her father for a moment in her in her life. He went to prison, but when he came out, they really had a very close relationship. But then he died of a heart attack. She was like in the 9th grade.
He was young too.
But she takes you to chapter 2. The mother ends up getting sick, has a brain tumor, dies.
Yeah.
But the mother was with her on every step of her career.
And was telling her, you need to be more of this. You need to be less of that. You need to be this. You need to, and her mom really was a really good coach for her. But I think too, one of the things that is kind of tricky about Megan Thee Stallion is because she is totally a persona.
Yeah.
How she is in front of the camera is really not how she is. And, you know, this being more risque and being a woman that's able to express herself the way a lot of guys didn't like it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people devalued her, especially when the shooting happened with her and Tory Lanez.
Oh, girl, it's awful.
So people were really coming for her. And she really dealt with a lot of anxiety.
Well, and she created this character, Megan Thee Stallion, when she was in high school, right? Because she was getting bullied because she was the tallest little girl in the class. And her mother was like, you be true to yourself. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. Don't let that deter you on where you, and so she created this alter ego that was really her savior. I thought with her mother passing, she didn't have a chance to really process it because she was back on the road in 3 weeks after her mother passed.
She sure was.
She didn't even have a chance to just soak it all in, right? The Tory Lanez thing was just so messy. I mean, the biggest disappointment with me with that was her best friend Kelsey.
Oh man.
And it totally sounds like both of them were messing with him. Okay, let's just keep it real.
It does.
And I think for just the street code, she didn't want to sell the dude out saying he had a gun immediately. And it just got all muddy.
It did. And he got sentenced to 10 years because of this. And she thought once the trial, and a lot of people were after her because of this Tory Lane thing, right? They were saying that she's this, she's that, and they thought she was lying. So she lost a lot of support from the black community because of this. But even after he was sentenced, she thought she would feel better, and she didn't.
Well, she ended up going into she had a breakdown. Put herself into a treatment facility, which I didn't know any of this.
Either.
But also what I thought that shined about the documentary is when she talked about, when she put out WAP, okay? And, these women now, Megan, Sexy Red, Gorilla, like they're all showing their femininity, right? And how they express themselves through rap. And it's very provocative,
It is.
And so what she was saying was, these men have been talking about gangbanging and hoes all throughout the rap
And
game.
that's okay. And that's okay. But the moment the females start talking about things that possibly cross the line, then it's not good.
That's right.
That people don't like her.
Yeah.
I tell you this to me was a champagne moment.
Absolutely.
I really like her. I really had a lot of respect for Megan Thee Stallion. I really do. She's like us. She's vulnerable.
And
you know what I mean?
Beautiful.
She's gorgeous. She has anxiety.
Yeah.
Like a lot of regular people do. And, she always wants confirmation.
Yeah.
And sometimes you think when you are at the top of your game and everybody is in the crowd calling your name, and then when you have those quiet moments, that's when you really sit and realize,
but I
got a lot going on.
You wish for that being on the top, but it's lonely up there.
It is. It's exactly right. That's exactly right.
She has no one.
Yeah, she doesn't.
But her cousin. God bless her cousin and the little baby.
Yep.
But it's very touching, y'all. You should definitely tune in.
I think so too. Another documentary that we were talking about was Martha Stewart on Netflix.
It was phenomenal.
It was really good. So what are your thoughts? Was this a popcorn moment, the champagne moment for you?
I learned so much about this woman. I did not know that she worked for the stock market.
Yeah.
She was a total boss from the beginning, but how she brought it back to her childhood, and she didn't have much of a nurturing mother or father. And they were perfectionist people. And this carried on into her life, where Martha's gotten a bad rap for being a rude person. And
she is.
Very demanding.
She's rude. She was rude.
Yeah.
If you can watch
AF.
If you watch the documentary, you will see the side of her that I didn't necessarily like. I didn't necessarily appreciate it. I think you should always be kind and respectful for people that are working for you. But she was mean.
Well, she told that girl how to cut that
I mean, you're stupid for using that knife.
Yeah.
You need a sharper knife. Who does that? I mean, you don't have to be like that.
Yeah.
You don't have to be like that.
But
it's a good documentary.
She's a boss, man. And I feel like they did make an example out of her and the insider trading.
Yep.
Did it happen? Probably so.
Yeah.
But she probably didn't do anything that anybody else would have done if they got a tip.
She just got caught.
She got caught.
She got caught.
And it was the wrong time just for all of it to happen. And the judge wanted to make, the DA wanted to make an example.
Yep.
But man, did she ever revive that career?
She did. And one of the things that I love is the relationship that she has with Snoop.
Yes.
I think it is brilliant.
And they met sitting at a roast for Justin
Brilliant.
Bieber.
But I felt like they met before that. I felt like they were both presenters at an award show. And I don't know if it was MTV or not.
Might have been
but
after that.
It could have been. But when they were at that roast, that to me was her comeback.
Yeah.
The way she was like cussing and being blunt.
Yeah.
And that was brilliant. What
And
she
it
did.
marketed Snoop on another level too.
Yeah.
So they both helped each other out.
Yeah.
In a weird way, but it is an amazing, and down to her daughter, honey. Just the daughter didn't get no love. And then when she went to prison, and when she got out and she had that cape on,
that crochet little
said,
thing.
"What in the hell do you have on?"
Yeah. As she gets into her private plane with her boy, and her boyfriend was the guy that created Excel and Word.
Yeah. And he was weird and awkward, but he ended up breaking up with her. But how he broke up with her, they had sex in the bed, and he says, "Oh, well, by the way, I'm marrying someone else."
There you go.
And she's like, "Who does that?"
All right.
But she's
very ruthless. She's very
even in her interview, she's
curt.
just
curt. It's like short. Like it wasn't a big deal.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
But I loved watching her being interviewed.
It was. I did too. It was good. It was really good.
Yeah.
Y'all, you guys should check that out. That is definitely a champagne moment, and that is Martha Stewart on Netflix. Next is Drama Show Recap. Disclaimer on Apple TV is premiered October 11th.
Yes, it's phenomenal.
Talk to me.
It's starring Kate Blanchett, Kevin Kline, and Sacha Baron Cohen. And when I tell you, y'all, this is the most intriguing, like on the edge of your seats series. It starts out with Kevin Kline, who is a father that has lost his son, maybe, let's just say 15,
20 years ago.
And apparently, Kate Blanchett was on vacation with her son. He was a child, and she had an affair with Kevin Kline's son. The son comes up dead because he drowns trying to save Kate's son.
But you don't know that until later on into the season.
In the beginning, it's tricky, so you got to stay with it.
You got to stay with it because at first I was so confused.
Yeah.
Were you confused at first?
I was. I had to look up the cast names to make sure I was on play.
Okay, good.
But it is the best get back story
It is.
going.
Listen, I'm a mama bear. Okay? I'm going to tell you right now, I'm a mama bear. If you do anything to my son, you coming for me and I'm coming for you.
That's right.
Period.
That's right.
And this father came for Kate Blanchett. When I tell you, he was so ruthless and messy. He sent the husband, Sacha Baron Cohen. And let me say this, Sacha Baron Cohen
is playing his ass
Let me say
off.
this. It is very difficult. It's not difficult, I should say. It's different to see him be in this particular role.
He's awesome.
Because he's always that funny guy. He's always trying to be like, I gotcha. And anytime you see him, you always know it's going to be some mess, right?
right.
It's messy. Like when he did Rudy Giuliani, how he did him and that stuff like that.
But he's star-studded in this.
He's star-studded in this.
He's playing it.
He shows a husband that finds out that his wife, he left on it. They went to Italy, right?
On vacation.
On vacation. The kid was 5 years old. This is 20 years ago. They go to Italy, and he has to leave for work. He leaves his wife and his son there. And his wife meets this kid, his 19-year-old kid, right? And they have a relationship. He takes pictures on his camera.
They have sex.
They do. He takes pictures on his camera.
Yeah.
The kid ends up drowning. They have his camera, so they have the film. So they get the film developed. They see this Kate Blanchett, and he's taking all these provocative pictures of her. And the dad he wrote a book.
Yeah.
The dad sends the book and the pictures to Sacha Baron Cohen 20-something years later, showing that what happened on that trip.
Yeah. And then he ends up sending it to her job.
Yeah. It's a whole mess.
She loses. Well, she gets suspended from her job, and then her son. He toys with the son, and I tell you guys, just watch it.
It is. You got to stay with it.
Yeah.
Because it's twists and turns.
It
you
is.
got to, because at first when I watched it, I told you I was so confused.
Yeah.
And so.
But it's brilliant.
It is brilliantly made.
Yeah,
I say
I
that is
can't wait to
definitely
see
a
the
champagne
end.
moment. Yeah.
Because on episode 7, she's finally
You haven't finished
facing
it yet?
Kevin Kline.
Have you finished it?
Well, that was the last one.
You haven't finished
Yes,
it?
I
Okay.
did. Yeah.
Okay.
And so they're both about to have a conversation.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. So it's really, really good.
Champagne moment for sure. Next is reality show recap.
Love and Marriage Huntsville. Child, it's on OWN.
It's on OWN. Yes.
So they've been on hiatus for weeks. I'm like, what is
They
going
always
on?
do a mid-season finale.
Honey, come back.
Then they came back with it being a new season.
It's
so it's like
weird.
season 9, episode 1.
I don't like it.
Yeah.
But anyway, they're still on vacay, the ladies, in St. Thomas.
Correct.
Melody has arranged this trip for the women. And what I do appreciate of this episode is that there's some real conversations being had, right, amongst the women that need to have some type of resolve. But the one person, and I text Tony during it, and I was just like, Melody irks me because everybody owns up to their stuff except for her. She takes no accountability for nothing.
I agree.
And I mean, it's like, it's laid out there for you.
And she is the star of the show. She really is. I mean, Carlos King, he loves her. She's the star of the show. I met Destiny
Yes.
at that event that
Yes.
we were at, and Destiny told me they love her, and they're never going
that's
to
clear.
ever get rid of her. She is the star of the show.
And that's fine.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, I just feel like her realness to me is slipping. Like, I don't even know who this woman is. It's just, oh, I just want rainbows and sunshine all the time.
So
and I just,
the voice is so for me. I think I'm looking at it, and I get what you're saying. I think for me, the way I look at it is, you can tell it's not the production quality of like a housewife.
Okay.
Like when they're going to those different exotic places, it's like she's trying so hard to be that boss bee. She's trying so hard to be the star of the show that it doesn't look authentic.
because I'm sorry, did somebody compare her to Beyonce in the episode? Her messy friend Chantal?
I hope not. I did not get that.
Yeah, it was
I missed
Melody
that.
and Beyonce in the same sentence.
No.
And I said to myself,
Even on her best day.
I was like, no, wait a minute now, y'all taking this too far.
No.
So yeah, it's a miss for me right now with her.
We're gonna keep going. I thought it was good. Now, who was bothering me last season was Nail. And it bothered me because I wanted Nail to be that person of reason. And
The elder.
Yeah. And then she got mad because of the room she was in.
I know.
I didn't like that for her. That wasn't a good look.
But she apologized. Actually, she was so quiet on this episode. I missed her.
She didn't say a word on this episode.
I missed
You're right.
her a little
But
bit.
it was about Destiny and I want Destiny and Melanie to get back right.
Yeah.
Because they were really friends.
Absolutely.
They really were. And I think Destiny's from Nashville. Is she not?
Oh, I don't know.
I
that.
think she is. I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, but it out of that franchise, this is my favorite still. I just need,
Me too. I can't do Detroit.
I do it.
I can't do it. Yeah. Yeah.
I do it.
Now it's time for movie recap. Don't Move on Netflix. It's a horror and it premiered on October 25th. I've not watched it. Tiffany, you said it's not good. What you got on it?
It was okay. I just thought it's quick. It's about an hour 30 something odd minutes, and it's about a serial killer who connects with this woman who, you know, this is like a little bad. It's not bad, but you know, you white women like to stray by yourself.
I'm sorry. Come again. I didn't hear what you said. Say it again.
The white women, they like to stray by themselves.
Oh, okay.
In the forest.
Oh, like, oh my God, there's beautiful forests out there.
But I have
There
white,
you go.
But I have white friends, so
Yeah.
I'm not.
Some of mine are best.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But y'all like to stray by yourself.
Yeah.
And then y'all meet these
Seriously,
strange.
like some of my best friends are white.
There it is. And so y'all like to stray, and then y'all find yourselves, you know, with some killer and wonder, well, what's happening to me?
Right.
And
right.
so the guy ends up injecting her with this paralytic drug.
Oh, Jesus.
And she has 20 minutes before it kicks in and she has to escape. So, you know, it could have been better. Come to find out, the guy had a family, a wife, and all this, but he was killing women on the side. You know, it was missing something. It didn't have much depth. But, you know, it was okay.
Okay. All right.
And she survived. So I told the ending, sorry. But
she survived.
She survived.
The ending. That's what we do. We
but
break
to me,
it.
I feel like, hey, I shouldn't have been out there no way.
That's exactly.
And you know, it's one of the movies you looking, now that's what you
Right.
get.
Exactly.
Shit. Excuse me.
Okay, Mama. All right.
But you know.
That is what you get for real. I agree.
My bad, y'all.
That's okay.
I had 2 glasses of champagne.
All right. And then she had a little bit more than that, but that's okay. We're not counting, and she's grown. Now it's time for What You Watching. Okay.
Woo.
3 Women, which is on Stars and on Hulu, is 10 episodes. And I just started. And I really don't want to talk about this right now. But Tiffany is itching to talk about it.
No.
Go for it.
We'll wait.
Go for it.
We're
Let's
gonna
talk
wait.
about it because
But-
we won't talk about it next season.
But I'm just saying,
It's
it's
a good
about
one.
3 women
Yeah.
and their lives. And baby, when I tell you, it is so good. Blair Underwood plays a husband to one of the ladies. And let me just say this, Blair, baby, I pat the knee, do all of it, because you look amazing.
He's ageless.
yes.
Ageless. Benjamin Button. He's Benjamin Button. He
And
looks
so
good.
him and his wife are swingers, honey.
Oh. Okay.
And-
Hadn't gotten to that part yet.
Oh,
Okay.
but tune in. It is a phenomenal series. And there's another lady that was taken advantage of by her teacher. And then,
I'm on that episode.
and then there's another lady who's a housewife who just wants to be kissed by her husband.
No.
He won't even kiss her in the mouth.
What's wrong with him?
I don't know. And so she's aching, like, I mean, about to rip her clothes off her
Okay.
to be touched.
Right.
It's a champagne moment, y'all.
All right. So, guys, check that one out for sure. And then Anatomy of Lies on Peacock. This was interesting.
Girl.
So, this one is about a writer who was a writer on the show Grey's Anatomy. She is a liar. A pathological liar. She has made everyone think that she is sick, that she has cancer. And you guys got to check this out. This chick is really crazy. And a lot of the things that she was going through, that other people were going through in their lives, was an episode of Grey's Anatomy.
Yes. So she would hijack their
Story.
emotions
In their story, yep.
all of it, and turn it into an episode on Grey's Anatomy.
Yep.
And basically say to herself, oh, you know what? That happened to me.
Yeah.
And so I've been watching Grey's since it aired on March 2005.
Mm-hmm.
And in 2005, this thing has been going on for over 20 years.
Yes.
I have watched.
Shonda Rhimes, shout out.
Man.
Call us, Shonda. Call us.
Listen, and when they talked about some of the episodes, I was like, oh, I remember that one.
Yeah.
But say what you want, she was crazy, but that heifer could write.
Yeah. She got a lot of mental issues though,
Yeah.
to hijack a lot of these stories and put it in. But
It was crazy.
y'all gotta watch that one. That one's good. That's on Peacock. I think it's like 3 episodes, maybe something like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's 3 episodes.
All right. And next up, Special Ops Lioness. It's a thriller, action.
It's back for season 2. It's amazing. I've asked Tony to watch this because
I'm gonna check it out.
It's about a badass special ops group, right? And it's starring Zoe Saldana.
There you go.
And she
What channel is it
plays
on?
Paramount.
Paramount. Okay, go ahead. That's close.
And she plays like this special ops. She's over it. But not only that, she's a housewife. She has 2 kids. And
Okay.
girl, she married to a fine ass white man.
Okay.
And they've been married for 20 years and they still like to do it.
Oh.
Yeah. And the daughter that walked in, girl, she's like, oh my God. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
Anyway, but it's it's really good. Every season they have a new mission, so they're on to the next. Nicole Kidman's in it, Morgan Freeman. It's loaded with stars, so
good.
it's very action packed. I love it.
Okay, Shrieking, which is on Apple TV. Season 2 is out. It premiered October 16th, starring Harrison Ford.
And Jason Segel.
I'm gonna check this out. Is it
I
good?
love it.
Is it good?
Yes.
Is it a comedy?
Yes, comedy, kind of drama. Yeah.
Dramedy?
Yes.
It's a dramedy.
So it's based on 3 therapists, and they have their own practice, and it's just based on their lives and things like that. But Jason's wife, how it starts out first season, his wife was killed by a drunk driver.
Oh.
And it's about him raising his teenage daughter, and the neighbors next to him are phenomenal. And this season, he's faced with the guy who actually killed his wife.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's not good.
So I love it. His name is Jimmy on the show, and it's a feel-good thing, even though it's sad, but it's feel-good.
Sure. Okay. The thing that we all can't wait for.
Yes, girl.
The return of Yellowstone. That is November 10th.
Yeah. Without Kevin Costner,
by the
right?
time this airs, it's already going to
Yeah.
be, it's airing though. So it is going to be season, it's more
5.
than, is it sure season 5?
I thought it was 5.
Okay, but it's the last season. Mm-hmm. It's without Kevin Costner.
So I'm going to be interested. I'm going to be looking
too.
very closely.
Me too.
To see how this works.
Me too. I don't know.
But without him, it needs to go ahead and end.
Yeah, it does. And Taylor Sheridan, there's other franchises as part of it. I think it's like, one is called 666. What is it?
Yeah.
That's supposed to be about
The ranch.
The ranch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he has one coming out with Billy Bob Thornton.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
That is going to be good. If you know me, you know I love me some John Hamm from Mad
Yeah,
Men.
and I love
That's
Billy
coming
Bob.
out
Yeah.
in November. That's coming out. I cannot wait for that.
No, Taylor Sheridan is
He's
doing
brilliant.
it.
He's brilliant.
He is.
Yep.
He's the new guy to.
Yep, he is. And I told you I was watching CBS Morning, and I didn't know, I never saw what he looked like. I didn't know that was him. He's been in Yellowstone.
Yeah.
So it's really good. I
is
cannot
good.
wait. So you guys, we cannot wait for that to start. Thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Popcorn and Champagne. And make sure that you follow us on YouTube, which is Popcorn and Champagne, and wherever you get your podcast.
Yes, and follow us on Instagram at popcorn_champagne.
Andy Cohen, call us. Tamron Hall. Hey, Sora, give us a call.
Yeah, anybody out there?
Yeah.
Not. Anyway, thank you guys. We love you.
Bye.
Cheers.